Alright, well, we are back at my aunt's house, looking at the two 9x8 North Central doors with, well, you'd think the 8165s, but if you saw my last video that I made here, you'll know that the 8165s do not exist here anymore, because they're both right down here. Also notice that neither of them have rails on them. Both doors still have T-rails. And then the other thing I'm going to show you is that we still have the 882s. So obviously that means the new openers are Chamberlains of some sort. Well, there we are. We have C2212Ts. I had good luck with the first one I did. Not so good luck with one of these. I'll get to that in a second, but I had good luck with the first one I did, so I figured I'd try these out here, and since they've been wanting a quiet opener, and these are pretty quiet, I figured, hey, let's throw a couple of these in. That allows me to reuse the T-rail instead of having to buy a $60 extension kit, which is a completely ridiculous price for one of those, but what do you do? Along with that, just use better rails. So when I was putting these up, it was just head swaps. The only thing I replaced were the head units. There's both of the boxes, by the way. All I replaced was the head units. The same rail, same eyes, same all buttons. These are pretty decent openers. I think these might end up being my go-to openers for when I do Chamberlains. The only thing I really don't like about them is that they just come with the, where is it? That they just come with the little doorbell button control. I don't really like that, but we had the 882s, so that's fine. I just reused that. So, story on this one. So I got this thing completely installed. I got it on the ceiling. I plugged it in. The opener lit up. It beeped. The lights flashed. Both sensors were on. The wall button was on. And alright, so anyway, I plugged this one in. Everything lit up. Battery started charging. I pushed the limit programming button. It beeped, up button starts flashing. Great. I push and hold the up button, and all I get is click, click. I try pushing the down button, all I get is click, click. And the opener starts throwing a motor control error code. And I'm like, damn it, did they really give me a bad opener that I waited a whole week for? Well, I figured before I started calling Chamberlain and getting all pissed off at him, I figured, you know what? Well, I'm still kind of pissed off at him for this, but I figured, you know what? I'll take the thing apart and see what I can find. Took the back panel off, and right off the bat, Chamberlain never plugged in the motor. Yeah, crazy. How do you forget to plug in the motor? So clearly, they're not testing their openers before they leave the factory if they can forget to plug the motor in, because that is ridiculous. But I plugged it in, and then it works perfectly fine now. So my aunt and uncle are really happy with these. Both of these are much, much quieter than they were before. Down here, I'm leaving both of the 891 LMs with them. There's another 891 LM in the white Prius outside, and then this remote and this one are programmed to that door, and then these two remotes are programmed to the other door. These came with single buttons. I don't know if Chamberlain changed something recently, but the other one I did came with a 953. So I'm not sure why this one came with 950, but it does show on the boxes that it includes a single button remote. So I don't know. Anyway, we're going to step back, and hopefully I think I grabbed the right remote. Yeah, I did. So we're going to step back, and we're going to run the C2212 and hear the difference. Listen to that. It's gonna pop eventually. It's gonna scare me. It still pops. I tried setting it down not as far, but the tongue groove is catching. Hold on, I wanna Oh, come on. It's going to scare me then when it pops. So, yeah, so much quieter anyway. So quiet now compared to the 8165s. I gotta say, this is a really good upgrade. They're happy with it, I'm happy with it. So we'll go ahead and run the other door now, and we'll use its remote. This one's a little bit louder, but yeah, so this one is louder, which is okay because it's not used as often, and it's not the one under the bedroom. So, yeah, this is such a nice improvement. We'll run that one more time here. Step back to right here. And yes, it does bump the rail still. Can't leave the doors open for too long because we're heating the garage and I don't want the heater to kick in because it's kind of loud. So yeah, both doors are nice and quiet now. Nice improvement. So yes, and I am now just about to go ahead and replace the Genie. So my next video, you will see what I put in there. Let's run this one more time, and you know what, let's give the Genie one more run because that thing is impressively quiet right now after greasing it. So here we go. This one is really quiet. So there is still another 891 LM in that car there, that Prius. And run it down, keypad is programmed. And actually I'll show you on the outside of this door how it looks after getting bumped because, let's see if, oh yeah, it's gonna pop this time. There's a big gap. Maybe? No. Well, you can see here, that's like bowed out. Wow. Yeah, this panel is bowed out now. You can see there's like a bigger gap there. So, all right, I'm gonna head over to the Genie door and get one last run there. All right, so here it is, the Genie Pro. This one also getting replaced on the Clope. So again, I'm not gonna say what is going in here because I want it to be a surprise. One thing I will say that I'm gonna do though, that bracket is getting replaced with a piece of angle iron just to help reinforce that top section a little better because yeah, it's it's bent still. So anyway, this opener lived a good life, but I want them, well, part of the reason we're replacing this opener is because I kind of want it, but I want them to have an opener that doesn't need as much maintenance, and I also want them to have something that'll be more reliable in the winter. So we're gonna go ahead and use the wall control and give this thing its very last run on this channel. Maybe. Here we go. And listen how quiet it is. Door needs to be lubed, but yeah, since I lubed it last time I was here, this thing is so quiet now. Turn it back up. It's a little louder on the way up, but run it down one more. We'll run one more time, and I won't talk. And there you go. The final run of the Genie Pro and the 2 new openers in the garage. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my next video, which will be of the new opener on this door. See ya.